The cry no one answered. High above the world, beyond the green forests and deep rivers, there was a mountain so old that even the wind seemed tired when it touched its peaks. Snow covered its sharp rocks like white scars. This mountain was the home of dragons. But today, the mountain was silent. Inside a broken nest, hidden between cracked stones, a small blind dragon baby lay alone. He was cold, he was hungry, and he was afraid. The baby dragon had never seen the sky. He had never seen fire or clouds or other dragons flying high above him. His eyes had never opened. They never would. From the moment he was born, the elders knew he was blind. To dragons, blindness meant weakness, and weakness was not allowed. So they left him. The nest was once warm, once loud with movement and life. But now it was empty. The wind moved through the broken nest, touching the baby dragon's thin scales. He shivered and curled his small body tighter, trying to stay warm. His wings were too weak to move properly. His claws were soft. His fire had not come yet. The baby dragon opened his mouth and cried. At first, the sound was weak, a small, broken cry that barely escaped his throat. It echoed softly against the stone walls. He waited. Nothing happened. He cried again, louder this time. His voice trembled, filled with pain and fear. The sound traveled down the mountain paths, bouncing off rocks and ice. Still, no dragon came back. The baby dragon did not understand why. He only knew that he was alone. His tiny heart beat fast as his body shook. Hunger burned inside him, sharper than the cold. He had no words for these feelings, only instinct. So he cried again. Far below the mountain, a human traveler walked through a narrow path. He was wrapped in a thick cloak, his breath turning white in the cold air. He had been walking for hours, tired and sore, his feet heavy with every step. Then he stopped. He frowned. He listened. At first, he thought it was the wind. The mountain made many strange sounds. But this was different. This sound was soft, broken, and full of pain. It sounded like a child crying. No, the human whispered to himself. That can't be right. Dragons lived here. Everyone knew that. No human came to this mountain unless they wanted to die. He should turn back. He knew that. But the sound came again. The cry was weaker now. Tired. Desperate. The human felt something heavy in his chest. He had heard cries like this before, long ago, in places where help never came in time. He took a slow breath, and then he started climbing up the mountain. Each step was dangerous. The rocks were sharp. The ground was slippery with ice. The cold cut through his clothes. Still, the human climbed higher, following the sound. The cry grew clearer, closer. When he reached the broken nest, the human froze. Lying among the stones was a baby dragon. Small, thin, shaking. Its eyes were closed, and its chest moved fast with fear. The human could see its ribs through its scales. The baby tried to move, but failed, letting out another weak cry. The human's heart pounded. A dragon. A real dragon. He had been told dragons were monsters, that they burned villages and killed without thought. But this was not a monster. This was just a baby. The baby dragon sensed something nearby. He stopped crying and turned his head slowly. His nose moved as he smelled the air. A strange smell. Not dragon. Not stone. Human. Fear rushed through the baby's small body. He tried to crawl away, scraping his claws against the rock. His wings shook uselessly. Panic filled him, and he cried again, louder this time. The human raised his hands slowly. "It's okay," he said softly, even though he knew the dragon could not understand his words. "I won't hurt you." The baby dragon did not understand the sound, but he felt the tone. Calm, slow, gentle. The human knelt down, keeping distance. He did not reach out yet. He waited. The baby dragon cried less now, his voice breaking into small sounds. He was too tired to move much. Hunger and fear had taken everything from him. The human looked around quickly. No adult dragons. No movement in the sky. This place was death for him if he was wrong. But if he left, the human slowly reached into his bag and pulled out some dried food. He broke it into small pieces and placed them on the stone, then pulled his hand back. The baby dragon sniffed the air again. Food. His small head lifted slightly. For the first time since he was abandoned, something new entered his world. Hope. The human then did something no dragon would ever expect. He slowly held out his empty hand and waited, the hand that should have been burned. The baby dragon could smell the food. It was weak, dry, and strange, but it was food. His small body moved before his mind could think. Hunger was stronger than fear. He slowly crawled forward, his claws scraping softly against the stone. Then he sensed it. The hand. It was close. Too close. The baby dragon froze. Everything inside him screamed danger. Dragons were born knowing one truth. Humans were enemies. Humans hunted dragons. Humans feared dragons. And fear always turned into violence. The baby dragon opened his mouth and bit down. His small teeth sank into the human skin. Blood came out. The baby dragon expected scream. He expected fire. He expected death. But none of that happened. The human did not pull away. He did not shout. He did not strike back. Instead, he stayed still. The baby dragon felt something strange. The hand did not attack him. It did not shake. It did not hurt him back. The human's breathing stayed slow, even though pain ran through his arm. "It's okay," the human whispered, his voice tight but calm. "I know you're scared." The baby dragon released the bite, confused. Why was the human still alive? Why was he still there? The human slowly pulled his hand back. Blood ran down his fingers, but he ignored it. He focused on the small, shaking creature in front of him. The baby dragon cried again, but this time it was softer. Not fear, not pain, confusion. The human moved carefully. He tore his cloth and wrapped it around his wound. Then he sat down on the cold stone, lowering himself so he would not look big or dangerous. He waited. Minutes passed. The wind howled. Snow fell lightly around them. Above the mountain, clouds moved slowly, hiding the sky. The baby dragon crawled closer to the food. He ate with shaking movements, every bite small and slow. His body was weak, but each piece gave him a little strength. The human watched in silence. As the baby dragon ate, the human noticed details others would miss. The way the baby turned his head when the wind changed. The way his ears moved at sound. The way his nose twitched at every smell. The human realized the truth. The baby dragon was blind. The human's chest felt heavy. "So that's why they left you," he whispered. The baby dragon finished eating and collapsed onto the stone, too tired to move. His small body rose and fell with fast breaths. He made a small sound, not a cry, almost like a sigh. The human slowly reached out again, stopping halfway. He waited for the dragon's reaction. The baby dragon did not move away. Carefully, the human touched the baby dragon's back. Warm, too warm. The baby dragon was burning with fever. The human cursed softly under his breath. If he left now, the baby dragon would die before morning. The cold would finish what hunger had started. Staying was dangerous. Adult dragons could return at any moment. The human looked up at the sky. No shadows yet. He made a choice. The human took off his cloak and wrapped it around the baby dragon. The dragon stirred, making a small sound, then pressed closer to the warmth without knowing why. The human sat beside him, back against the rock, keeping his body between the baby dragon and the wind. That was when a mountain trembled. A deep sound rolled through the air. Not thunder, a roar. The human froze. High above, something massive moved through the clouds. The sound of wings cutting through air shook the mountain itself. Adult dragons. The baby dragon felt it too. His body tensed. Fear rushed through him. He tried to crawl away, crying softly. The human held him gently, but firmly. "I won't let them hurt you," the human whispered, even though he knew how foolish that sounded. Fire lit the clouds for a moment. The human knew the truth now. If the dragons found him here, he would die. If they found the baby alive, the elders would not forgive him. The roar came closer. The baby dragon pressed his head against the human's chest, shaking. He did not know why, but this was the only place that felt safe. The human looked down at the small, blind dragon in his arms. No weapon, no armor, just a choice. And in that moment, the human understood something important. This baby dragon was not weak. He was different. And sometimes, different was dangerous in ways the world did not yet understand. Above them, wings spread wide. Fire gathered in ancient throats, and the mountain prepared to judge a human who should have run, but didn't. When the sky began to burn, the roar shook the mountain again. Snow fell from the rocks. Small stones rolled down the slope. The sound of massive wings cut through the air like blades. The human felt it in his bones before he saw anything. The dragons were close. Very close. The baby dragon trembled in his arms. His small claws gripped the human's clothes without meaning to. His breathing became fast and uneven. Fear filled every part of his tiny body. The human did not move. Running was useless. Hiding was impossible. He slowly stood up, keeping the baby dragon wrapped in his cloak. The wind was stronger now, carrying the smell of fire and ash. Then the shadow fell. A huge shape moved above them, blocking the pale light of the sky. The human looked up just in time to see burning eyes watching him from the clouds. A dragon landed. The ground cracked under its weight. Its scales were dark and thick, marked with old scars. Smoke escaped from its nose with every breath. Its eyes locked onto the human. Then another dragon landed, and another. They surrounded the broken nest, their wings half open, fire glowing deep in their throats. The human stood alone, a single human against ancient monsters. One dragon stepped forward. Its voice was deep and heavy, like stone breaking. "Human," it said, "why are you here?" The human swallowed. "I heard a cry," he answered simply. The dragons growled softly. "You heard something that does not belong to you," the dragon said. "Step away." The baby dragon cried out at the sound of the elder's voice. His small body pressed harder against the human's chest. His heart raced. He knew those voices. They were the voices that left him behind. The human felt the baby shaking. He tightened his hold. "I can't," the human said quietly. The dragon's eyes narrowed. One dragon laughed, a cold, cruel sound. "That thing is weak," it said. "Blind, broken. It should not have lived this long." The baby dragon whimpered. The human felt anger rise inside him. "Huh, sharp, stronger than fear." "He's alive," the human said. "That means something." The mountain went silent. The dragon stared at him. Alive means something. Those words were dangerous. The eldest dragon lowered its head, bringing its massive face close to the human. Heat washed over him. Fire gathered in its mouth. "You dare speak of meaning to dragons?" the elder said. "You should already be ash." The human did not look away. "If you wanted him dead," the human said, voice steady, "you would have killed him yourselves." The words hit harder than fire. The dragons shifted uneasily. The baby dragon moved then. Slowly, carefully, he lifted his head. He could not see the dragons, but he could feel them, their heat, their anger, their power. He cried once. Then he did something no one expected. He turned toward the voices and pushed himself out of the human's arms. The human gasped. "Wait!" The baby dragon fell onto the stone and struggled to stand. His legs shook. He almost collapsed. But he stood. The dragons froze. The blind baby dragon took a small step forward. Then another. He faced the elders without seeing them. His tiny chest rose and fell as he gathered all his strength. A low sound came from his throat. Not fear, not pain, defiance. A soft glow appeared around his mouth. Fire. Small, weak, unstable, but real. The baby dragon released it. A thin line of flame touched the stone between him and the elders. The mountain echoed with shocked silence. A blind dragon, breathing fire. The elders stared in disbelief. "That is impossible," one whispered. The baby dragon swayed, exhausted. The fire vanished. He fell forward. The human caught him before he hit the ground. The human held him close again. "He's not weak," the human said. "You just never waited long enough to see who he could become." The eldest dragon stepped back. For the first time, doubt appeared in ancient eyes. The wind howled across the mountain. The baby dragon slept in the human's arms, unaware that he had just changed his fate. But the trial was not over, because dragons do not forgive easily, and they do not forget mistakes. Above them, the sky burned brighter, and the elders prepared a test that no human was ever meant to survive. The trial no human was meant to face. The mountain went quiet, not peaceful, not calm. It was the kind of silence that comes before something terrible happens. The dragons spread out, forming a wide circle around the broken nest. Their massive bodies blocked every path. Wings folded slowly. Fire faded, but power stayed heavy in the air. The human stood in the center. The blind baby dragon slept against his chest, weak after using his fire. The human did not move. He knew one wrong step could end everything. The eldest dragon lifted its head. "The child lives," the elder said slowly. "But survival does not mean acceptance." The human listened. "To stand for a dragon," the elder continued, "you must face a dragon's judgment." The human's heart sank. "A trial," another dragon growled. "The old way." The human knew what that meant. No human had ever passed a dragon trial. Most did not survive it. The elder's eyes locked onto him. "If you fail," the elder said, "the child dies with you." The baby dragon stirred, sensing danger even in sleep. His small claws tightened in the human's clothes. The human looked down at him, then back at the dragons. "I accept," the human said. The dragons murmured in surprise. "You accept without knowing the trial?" one asked. The human nodded. "If I refuse," he said, "he dies anyway." The elder dragon let out a deep breath. "So be it." The ground shook. The dragon stepped back, creating space. The air grew hotter. The human felt the stone under his feet warming. "The trial of flame," the elder announced. Fire rose from the ground in a wide circle around the human. Not wildfire, controlled, ancient, alive. The heat pressed against his skin, making it hard to breathe. The baby dragon cried softly. The human knelt and placed the baby gently on a high stone in the center. "Stay," he whispered. "Listen to my voice." The baby dragon's eyes remained closed, but his head turned toward the sound. He made a small sound, as if answering. The human stepped forward. The fire moved. It did not burn randomly. It watched. "Walk," the elder commanded. The human took a step. Fire rushed toward him. Pain exploded across his leg. The smell of burned cloth filled the air. The human bit down on his teeth, but did not scream. He took another step. Fire struck again, harder. The dragons watched closely. This was not about strength. It was about fear, about how long a human could stand before begging. The human kept walking. Sweat poured down his face. His breath came in sharp gasps. Every step felt heavier than the last. Behind him, the baby dragon cried out. The human heard it, and that sound did something strange. The pain did not disappear, but it mattered less. The human remembered the bite, the blood, the warmth of the small body in his arms. A dragon that trusted him when no one else would. The fire hit him again. He fell to one knee. "Enough," one dragon said. "He will die." The elder raised a claw. "Let the fire decide." The flames rose higher, forming a wall in front of the human. The human looked at it. Then he stood. With a broken breath, he walked forward. The fire rushed toward his chest. At the last moment, something unexpected happened. The fire stopped. It bent. It moved around him. The dragons gasped. Fire did not obey humans. Never. The flames curled away as if pushed back by an unseen force. The baby dragon cried out loudly. His small chest glowed. The fire around the human changed color, soft, almost calm. The elder's eyes widened. "The child," the elder whispered. The baby dragon had reached out. Not with sight, with will. The fire faded. The circle vanished. The human collapsed onto the stone, burned and shaking, but alive. The dragons stared in silence. The impossible had happened. A human had walked through dragon fire. Not by strength, not by magic, but because a blind baby dragon chose him. The elder dragon lowered its head slowly. "This trial is not finished," the elder said. "But everything has changed." Above them, the clouds moved fast. The mountain had accepted the human. Now the dragons had to decide whether they would too. The secret the elders buried. The fire was gone, but the fear remained. The dragons did not move. The mountain stood still, as if it was listening. The human lay on the stone, breathing slowly, his body burned and shaking. Every breath hurt. The blind baby dragon cried, and crawled toward him. He reached the human and pressed his small head against the human's chest. The baby could feel the heartbeat. Weak but alive. The dragons watched. For the first time in many ages, they did not know what to say. The eldest dragon finally spoke. "You should be dead," the elder said. The human opened his eyes slightly. "So I'm told," he replied weakly. Some dragons growled. Others looked away. The elder turned its massive head toward the baby dragon. "That child touched the fire," the elder said slowly. "Fire that obeys only dragons." The baby dragon lifted his head at the sound. He could not see the elder, but he felt the weight of its presence. His small body tensed. Long ago, dragons had learned to fear certain things. This child was one of them. The elder raised a claw, and the air changed. Old heat filled the space. The ground beneath the nest cracked slightly. "There are truths we do not speak," the elder said. "Truths we hide, even from our own." The younger dragons shifted uneasily. The human forced himself to sit up. "Then speak," he said. "You already failed him once." The words were dangerous, but the elder did not strike him. Instead, the elder looked away. Long before this mountain had a name, before humans walked freely under dragon skies, a rare kind of dragon was born once every age. They were called sightless flames, dragons who did not see the world with eyes. They felt it. They heard lies and heartbeats. They sensed fear in silence. They bent fire with thought, not breath. These dragons were not weak. They were uncontrollable. Every sightless flame had ended the same way. Killed, not by enemies, by dragons. The elder's voice grew heavy. "We feared them," the elder said. "They cannot be ruled. They cannot be commanded." And they bonded not to dragons. The elder's eyes returned to the human. They bonded to others. The mountain trembled softly. The baby dragon made a small sound and crawled closer to the human, pressing against him. The bond was already forming. A younger dragon spoke in disbelief. "Then why leave him alive?" The elder's jaw tightened. "Because killing a sightless flame before it chooses a bond brings ruin," the elder said. "We hoped the mountain would finish what we could not." Silence followed. The human clenched his fist. "You left him to die," he said, "because you were afraid." The elder did not deny it. The baby dragon's chest glowed faintly. The air warmed around him. Fire did not appear, but it listened. The elder lowered its head. "The trial revealed the truth," the elder said. "The child has chosen." The human felt a chill despite the heat. "Chosen what?" he asked. The elder's voice dropped to a whisper. "You." The dragons murmured in shock. No human had ever been chosen. Not once. The elder continued. "If the bond completes, the child will grow faster. Stronger. Different." "Different how?" the human asked. The elder's eyes burned. "He will change dragonkind forever." The wind screamed across the mountain. The baby dragon suddenly cried out in pain. His small body arched. The glow around him grew brighter, unstable. The bond was forming too early. Too fast. The elder roared. "Pull away from him, human." The human did not move. "He needs me," the human said. "If you stay," the elder warned, "the bond may kill you both." The baby dragon cried louder, fire flickering around his mouth. The human wrapped his arms around the small body, holding him close despite the heat. "Then we face it together," he said. The mountain shook. Fire rose around them, not wild, not violent. Protective. The elder stared in horror. "The bond has begun," the elder whispered. And far beyond the mountain, something ancient awakened. Something that had been waiting for a sightless flame to return. The bond that demanded a price. The fire around them grew brighter. Not wild, not angry. It moved like it was alive, slow, careful, listening. The human felt the heat press against his skin. His burns burned again. His breath became shallow. Every part of him screamed to let go. But the baby dragon cried louder. The sound cut through pain. The human tightened his arms around the small body. The baby dragon's scales were burning hot now, far hotter than before. His heart beat fast, out of control. The bond was not gentle. It was taking something. The eldest dragon roared. The bond is draining him. The human barely heard it. His vision blurred. The world tilted. He felt cold and hot at the same time. Something deep inside him was being pulled out. Memories, strength, life. This was the price. The baby dragon felt it too. He cried and pressed closer, not knowing why the human was weakening. His small claws dug into the human's chest. Fire leaked from his mouth in broken flashes. The mountain shook. Far away, deep under stone and time, ancient eyes opened. Something had felt the bond. Something that remembered the last sightless flame. The elder dragons spread their wings. "This is wrong," one shouted. "End it." The eldest hesitated. If they broke the bond now, the child would die. If they let it continue, the human would. The human fell to his knees. The baby dragon slipped from his arms, crying as the heat around him surged. Fire spiraled upward, painting the sky in red and gold. The human forced himself to look at the baby dragon. He smiled weakly. "It's okay," he whispered. "I'm still here." The baby dragon stopped crying. He felt the weakness. He felt the fading. For the first time in his short life, the baby dragon understood loss. And he refused it. The glow around him changed. It focused. Instead of pulling, it pushed. Fire rushed back into the human. The elder dragons gasped. The baby dragon screamed, not in pain but in will. The fire obeyed him. The bond twisted, shared, balanced. The human gasped as strength returned, sudden and shocking. His burns cooled. His heart steadied. He collapsed forward, breathing hard but alive. The baby dragon fell silent, exhausted. The mountain calmed. Smoke drifted into the sky. The elders stared in stunned silence. He reversed the bond. One whispered, "No." The eldest corrected slowly. He changed it. The eldest stepped forward, eyes burning with something new. "Sightless flames do not take," the elder said. "They choose what to give." The human lay beside the baby dragon, barely conscious. His hand rested on the small dragon's back. Far below the mountain, something massive moved. A shadow stretched across the land. The elder stiffened. "It has awakened," the elder said. The younger dragons looked afraid. "The devourer? The first enemy of sightless flames," the elder replied. "It hunts bonds. It feeds on connection." The wind held again. The elder turned to the human. "You have tied yourself to a war older than your kind," the elder said. "If it comes, it will come for you first." The human opened one eye. "Then I'll be ready," he said quietly. The baby dragon shifted and made a small sound, as if agreeing. The elder dragon lowered its head. "Then hear this, human," the elder said. "From this moment, the child is under dragon protection." The elder paused. "And you are no longer prey." The mountain rumbled in approval. But far away, the ancient enemy moved closer. The bond had saved them. Now it had marked them. The legend they could not erase. The sky was dark when it came. Not with clouds. With fear. The mountain trembled as something ancient climbed toward it. Trees bent. Stones cracked. The air itself felt heavy, like it was holding its breath. The devourer had arrived. It did not roar. It did not breathe fire. It whispered. Every dragon on the mountain felt it inside their minds. Old memories. Old mistakes. Old shame. The blind baby dragon stirred. He could feel it better than anyone. The enemy that hunted bonds. The enemy that ended sightless flames. The human stood slowly, placing himself in front of the baby dragon without thinking. His body still hurt, but his fear was gone. The elder dragons spread their wings, forming a wall. But the devourer laughed. A shape formed from shadow and heat. Bigger than dragons. Older than fire. Its eyes burned with hunger. "Another bond," it whispered. "Another mistake." The baby dragon cried out. Not in fear. In anger. The sound rippled through the mountain. Fire answered him. Not wild flames, but steady, bright, alive. The devourer turned its gaze to the human. "A weak link," it said. "I will start with you." The human stepped forward. "No," he said. The devourer paused. Humans did not speak like that. The human looked back at the baby dragon. "You are not alone," he said softly. The baby dragon felt the words. He felt the choice. The bond flared. Fire rose around them, not to burn, but to connect. The human remembered everything the baby dragon had felt. The cold, the hunger, the abandonment. The baby dragon felt something new. Courage. The devourer attacked. Shadows rushed forward. The elder dragons unleashed fire, but it passed through the enemy like smoke. Useless. The devourer reached for the bond. The baby dragon screamed, and the world answered. Fire did not strike the enemy. Truth did. The baby dragon bent the flames inward, turning them silent and sharp. The fire touched the devourer, and it screamed for the first time. The bond reflected its hunger back at it. The devourer began to crack. You should not exist, it hissed. The human held his ground. We already do, he replied. The fire grew brighter. The devourer shattered, breaking into ash and shadow, screaming as it vanished into the wind. Silence fell. Then sunlight. The mountain breathed. The elder dragons bowed. Not to the baby dragon, not to the human, to the bond. Years passed. The blind baby dragon grew. He never gained sight. He never needed it. He became the dragon who felt the world, who bent fire with care, not rage, who listened before he burned. The human stayed. He became something new, too. Not a rider, not a master, a guardian. Together, they changed dragonkind. And when dragons tell stories now, they do not speak of the blind baby they abandoned. They speak of a cry no one answered, until a human did. And because of that choice, the world survived.